I gotta be honest.
Not as flavorful as I expected.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Why is everything so bland?
That is honestly not good.
Oh, that was even worse.
They smell like Play-Doh. It's kind of underwhelming.
Oh!
That is rank.
I'm trying to figure out why someone would eat these.
Why does everything taste like nothing? It's like made out of dust. Oh, the aftertaste is terrible.
It was hard seeing the British snacks I grew up with upsetting so many American people. So after much online research, I decided to actually do something about this outrageous propaganda. Why not have a nice normal Englishman tell the world what exactly are the best British snacks that you should be sampling when you visit the UK? If you're new here, then welcome. We normally make travel movies from around the world as well as our hometown of London. But you know, lockdown. This is Suitcase Monkey on the best British snacks that are actually bloody good.
I'm feeling everything here. It's everywhere. So welcome to our kitchen. We have here the best of British snacks. We're going to ultimately decide which are the top 5 out of all of these. They're roughly broken up into 3 different categories. We have the crisps, we have the biscuits, and we have the chocolate stuff. Exhibit 1, the French Fondant Fancies. Very exotic, Mr. Kipling. We're going all the way to France for these ones. And what's great about these is they come with a little wrapper. Look at the wrapper here. This is elegance. This is quality. This is Ritz Cafe. So once we get rid of the wrapper, we're left with this little kind of square cube with a little nipple on the top there. And what it is, it's basically icing around the outside. Inside you have a very nice little sponge in there. And then the nipple here is this nice little cream thing, which is very, very nice. Oh yes, absolutely. This is better than I remember it. Spoiler, this is definitely already going to be in the top 5. I can guarantee you that. Perfect way to start. So now let's go from all the way to France with the French Fondant Fancy to Vienna with the Viennese whirl. Now the Viennese whirl is made up of kind of 3 different areas. We have fairly hard-ish shortbread on the top and the bottom. It's like a little sandwich. And we have like a strawberry jam, and again like it's kind of a bit more of a kind of harder cream, this one. Oh yeah, it might melt in the mouth. So as soon as you put it all in your mouth altogether, it kind of all blends into one flavour. The Viennese whirl, guys, this is where it's at. I am absolutely gaining weight today. So this next one, the Jaffa Cake, actually has a little bit of a history and a bit of a story to it. In the 90s, when the American courts were dealing with, you know, O.J. Simpson, Michael Jackson, in the UK, we were trying to figure out whether the Jaffa Cake is a biscuit or a cake. Now the main reason for this is the government, the tax people, were basically saying that it was a biscuit, which if it was a biscuit would mean that they could charge tax on it, but if it wasn't a biscuit and it was a cake, then it would be tax-free. McVitie's, the people who make the Jaffa Cake, went to court to argue that it was a cake. And the 2 crazy ways that they did this, one is that they baked a 12-inch version of a Jaffa Cake, and basically like, look, when we make it to a 12-inch version, it looks like a cake, yeah? I mean, it's mostly sponge inside. But the kind of the clincher was that if a biscuit goes off and goes stale, it goes soft. Whereas if a cake goes off and goes stale, the cake gets hard. So I think it's probably the only time in UK court history where a verdict has been won by a lawyer basically putting some Jaffa Cakes in front of a judge. So the Jaffa Cake is a cake. It is in the biscuit section of the supermarkets. Not quite sure what that's about. Quite spongy on the inside. It's got like a sort of slightly harder layer as a foundation on the top, a little layer of chocolate. But yeah, it's a good solid experience. It's very like marmalade-y. Galaxy Minstrels. So they're quite hard. It's like a hard shell on the outside, but then when you bite into them, it's this very nice milk chocolate. The kind of chocolate explodes in your mouth once you put it in. So the optimum way is you get like a bunch of these bad boys. Whack them in there, and like a whole mouth. Okay, so now let's have a little break for something a little bit different. Crisps. Crisps in the UK, I'm sorry guys, are the best crisps in the entire world. We have so many different varieties is the fun thing. So many different kind of crazy flavours, and so many different just shapes, and just the way that things look. I'm going to hopefully demonstrate that to you. The Quavers. So Quavers are kind of like cheesy crisps, but they come in They come in so many different shapes. I mean, what's that about? Really light. The shape kind of obviously gives a lot of space and air. The yellow packet is the one I go for, I would say. Obviously with all crisps there's lots of different flavours, so I've kind of picked the optimum flavour for each. And it's kind of one of those things that leaves a bit of an aftertaste, tingling on your tongue. Knick-knacks. Knick-knacks. Now, look at these. What's that about? So these are the nice and spicy. These have got quite a kick to them. They might not be for it. There's a bit of a woo if you weren't expecting it. They are spicy and quite nice as well. Monster Munch. Now, here we go. We're talking about shapes and stuff. Look, this is like in the shape of like a set of teeth or something. There's 4 little teeth on there, a little ring on the back. If you're a child, it's quite fun to put your finger through the ring. Wear them as like a wedding ring. It's quite a fun thing to do. Pickled onion. There's a roast beef one as well, which is pretty nice. But the purple packet, pickled onion. Ooh. The biggest kick. And I've forgotten how much that was. Really oniony, but very sour. I'm feeling everything here. It's everywhere, everywhere. Squares. Salt and vinegar. Now salt and vinegar is a classic flavour. Probably salt and vinegar, cheese and onion, probably the top 2. From a country point of view, I would say. Ignore the ready salted. Nobody likes ready salted. They're squares, they're called squares. Quite potent. If you like your salty crisps, here's the way to go. Salt and vinegar. Have a cup of tea here. So we're saying all of these snacks are better with a nice cup of tea. Now I did save the best crisps till last. And these are guaranteed top 5 entry. When I went travelling around the world for 5 months, when I was picked up at the airport, I had one demand. I need some prawn cocktail crisps. Thank you very much. They're not really, it's not like a seafood crisp or anything, but this is just a normal kind of classic Walker's crisp. So this is like your Lay's. It's got the most different types of flavours in the country. Oh my God. This is the crisp. It's kind of like a made up flavour, I think. A little bit tomatoey. Maybe there's a bit of prawn in there, I don't know. I actually think, so when was this? Like 2003, because Walkers do like multi-packs, but they do like 6 of one flavour in a bag. And used to do like 6 of ready salted and 6 of salt and vinegar. But they didn't used to do 6 of prawn cocktail. So I actually emailed Walkers and was like, guys, where's the multi-pack prawn cocktail? Now, I'm not saying I was responsible for this, but 3 months later, there were multi-pack prawn cocktail crisps on the shelves. So, I don't know. Easily the best crisp in the world. Okay, let's get on to some chocolate. Now, if you ever want to know what it's like to have a birthday in an office, you need to eat Colin the Caterpillar. Like every office you've ever been in, at some point, Colin the Caterpillar has been given to someone as a treat. Birthday, leaving, something, Colin the Caterpillar. Now, Colin the Caterpillar officially is a Marks and Spencer, which is a chain of supermarkets, a Marks and Spencer cake, but everybody has since copied Colin the Caterpillar. So now there's loads of different versions of Colin the Caterpillar, but as long as you see English name, Caterpillar, it's Colin the Caterpillar basically. They all taste the same. They also do little mini versions. So I've just got the mini version, but I've also got the Sainsbury's mini version because lockdown, I can't go to Marks and Spencer easily. So this is the mini Wiggles the Caterpillar, which is their equivalent, but it's Colin the Caterpillar. Look at Colin, there he is. He's happy as Larry. So you've got a little face on the front with like a semi-hard little wafer-thin chocolate on the outside. Eat his face first of all. It's a lot better than I remember it. Really sugary. I'm getting the sugar sweats right now. Feel it coming through my face. Oh, getting quite full. Mini eggs. Thick outer shell. Then inside you've kind of got 2 different layers of chocolate. You've got like a sort of semi-soft milk chocolate and then like a little hard core in there. Absolutely. The cherry bakewell. Soft shortbread foundation here. Dollop of icing on the top. There's also a cherry on the top, which, as I'm sure most people do, discard the cherry. If I wanted a fruit salad, I'd have ordered a salad, you know? But, you know, it's there if you want one of your 5 a day. Really good. So the custard cream, I mean, look at this. The detail that I've never actually looked at a custard cream. It says custard cream on there. And it's got like some hieroglyphics. Very impressive amount of detail that's gone into this. This is your classic biscuit. I'd say if you're just going to have a pretty safe bet biscuit with a cup of tea, you go for the custard cream. There's always one side where the cream is attached and then one where it's not really attached. So sometimes it's quite nice to pull them apart, eat the creamy one, eat the biscuit. I'm just going to eat it as nature intended. It's a classic, and for good reason. I need to stop eating the full amount of everything because I'm really full right now. The chocolate hobnob, the blue packet, not the yellow packet. The yellow packet is plain. The blue packet got a layer of chocolate. So it's like a kind of like a flapjacky kind of consistency at the bottom. An OT biscuit. And then you got a layer of chocolate on the top. Easily, this is number one. Number one. Everybody in the world will love a chocolate hobnob. There's no denying it. Oh my god. So good. I generally try not to eat a lot of shit food all the time. So I don't have these very regularly. I've not had this for a while. But the chocolate is right amount of level of chocolate to OT biscuit ratio. Okay, so it's top 5 time. Chocolate hobnob, definitely. I think. Top 5, in no order. We've got the hobnobs, French Fondant Fancies, the prawn cocktail crisps, the cheesy quavers, and the Viennese whirl. But Colin the Caterpillar, mini eggs, and minstrels are all having very closely running up the rear. But I could definitely put the chocolate hobnob and the prawn cocktail crisps 100% on a pedestal above all others. These are ones you absolutely have to try if you ever come to England. Cue transition.
So as I upload this video to the internet, balance has once again been restored. Next on my list, queuing, sarcasm, and the 3-pin plug. But what have we all learnt here? Well, after talking with friends about my making of this video, is that more often than not, the foods we assume everyone enjoys are just an assumption. Fueled by nostalgia, it's very likely that the snack suggested here will make you question ever taking my advice again. But I do think that sampling a couple of items on this list will still give an authentic English food experience, good or bad, which is often half the fun. And with that said, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can witness more food slander like this.
Yeah, I don't like it.
What?
Otherwise, please hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed with the bell icon checked, which all really help. And if you're still wanting more foodie goodness, check out our London playlist, where I cover my favourite cake cafes, brunch restaurants, and best unique dining to discover in the city, along with fascinating London facts and myths. Thanks for watching, Suitcase Monkey.